Welcome to the 5-Minute Prime Podcast. Quick, actionable tips to master personal finance and real estate investing. In just 5 minutes a day, we'll help you build wealth and achieve financial freedom. Hey, Prime investors, Martin Maxwell here, and welcome back to the 5-Minute Prime Podcast. Last week, we talked about acquiring alternative assets like farmland. But what if I told you the best new real estate deal isn't in a farmer's field, but already in your portfolio, or in the backyard of the next property you buy? A quiet revolution is sweeping across the country, turning single-family lots into cash-flowing machines. This isn't a theory, it's a legislative earthquake. And today we're giving you the map to the epicenter. This is the first of a 3-part series where we'll deconstruct this massive shift, giving you the playbook to capitalize on it. Let's get into it. To understand this opportunity, you first have to understand the problem. The United States is in the middle of a severe, decades-in-the-making housing crisis. We are short between 5.5 and 6.8 million housing units, according to the latest data from Realtor.com. This isn't a market cycle. It's a fundamental supply catastrophe. It's the primary reason home prices and rents have skyrocketed, a topic we've explored from different angles back in episode 30 on the affordability crisis. For decades, the American dream was built on a foundation of single-family homes with white picket fences. In fact, in many major cities, up to 75% of all residential land was zoned exclusively for single-family homes. This zoning effectively outlawed what urban planners call the missing middle, the duplexes, triplexes, and small apartment buildings that used to be a common and affordable housing option. We created scarcity by design. But now, the pendulum is swinging back hard. Faced with a full-blown affordability crisis that is crippling their economies, state and local governments are being forced to act. This is the crucial part for you as an investor. This is not a fleeting trend. This is a structural, top-down legislative shift that is creating brand new opportunities where none existed before. States like California, Oregon, Washington, and Montana are leading the charge, passing sweeping reforms that essentially force cities to allow more density. They are legalizing accessory dwelling units, or ADU, and in some cases even allowing lot splits and duplexes on land that was previously untouchable. This is the single biggest change in real estate development in 50 years, and we are just at the beginning. This is where you need to pay close attention because the numbers are staggering. Let's look at California, which has been the epicenter of this movement. Before these laws, a city like Los Angeles might approve 100 or so ADUs a year. In 2016, they permitted just 117. Then the state-level laws kicked in, removing local roadblocks and making approvals automatic by right. The result? By 2022, Los Angeles was permitting over 25,000 ADUs annually. That's not a trend, it's a land rush. So what exactly is an ADU? It's a self-contained housing unit on the same lot as a primary single-family home. You might know it as a granny flat, an in-law suite, or a backyard cottage. The key is, it has its own kitchen, bathroom, and entrance, making it a legal rentable unit. Why is this an investor's dream? Simple. You get to add a brand new rental unit to your portfolio without the single biggest cost, the land. The land is essentially free because you already own it. It's the ultimate value-add play, a concept we've touched on before, but never with this kind of government-fueled tailwind. And the financial impact is undeniable. A 2021 study by the Turner Center for Housing Innovation at UC Berkeley found that typical ADU projects yielded returns of 8 to 15%. With rents having risen significantly since then, those returns are often even higher now. A separate study found that adding an ADU can increase a property's resale value by an average of 35%. You're not just adding cash flow, you're manufacturing significant equity. This brings us to the playbook. How do you, as a prime investor, capitalize on this shift? There are 3 primary angles. Angle 1, the supercharged house hack. This is the entry-level play, and it's incredibly powerful. You buy a single-family home with the potential for an ADU. You live in the main house and rent out the ADU. In many markets, that rental income can cover a huge portion, if not all, of your mortgage. We talked about house hacking back in episode 28, but the legalization of ADU has put this strategy on steroids. You are essentially having your tenant pay for your primary residence. Angle 2, the cash flow machine. This is for those of you who already own rental properties. You take an existing single-family rental and add an ADU in the backyard. Let's run the numbers live. In a market like San Diego or Austin, a new, well-built ADU can easily rent for $2,500 to $3,500 a month. Let's say the all-in cost to build is $300,000. If you finance that cost, your new monthly payment might be around $1,800. But if it rents for $2,800, you've just created $1,000 per month in net passive cash flow out of thin air. You've doubled the number of doors on one property. Angle 3, manufacturing equity. This is the most powerful angle, and it ties directly into the BRRRR method we discussed in episode 35. The market gives you appreciation. An ADU lets you force appreciation. A $300,000 investment in an ADU can easily create $450,000 or more in new appraised value. You can then go to a bank, do a cash-out refinance to pull that new equity out, tax-free, and use it as the down payment on your next deal. This is how you recycle your capital and scale your portfolio. The message today is clear. Zoning is changing under our feet. For decades, it was a barrier. Now, in many parts of the country, it's becoming an accelerant. The opportunity is in creating gentle density where none was allowed before, and ADU are the gateway for individual investors to participate in this sea change. This is the research phase of our prime framework in action, understanding the macro-level legislative shifts that create new micro-level opportunities. So your challenge today is simple. Go to your city or county's planning department website and search for 3 letters, ADU. Download their one-page guide or FAQ sheet. In 5 minutes, you'll know the basic rules for your own market. What's the maximum size allowed? What are the setback requirements? Is additional parking required? That's your first step into this new world. In next episode, we're getting tactical. We'll break down the exact playbook from financing to finding a contractor to get your first ADU built. You won't want to miss it.